You've been lied to about aging. They told you it's all downhill after 50, that you'll wake up one day with a creaky back, a mysterious new wrinkle, and an Amazon cart full of orthopedic shoes. But then along comes Ernie Hudson. Yes, Winston from Ghostbusters, at 78 years old, looking fitter, sharper, and more confident than men who still think Axe body spray counts as hygiene. A few months ago, he hit the red carpet in jeans and a tight black t-shirt, and the internet collectively lost its mind. Photos spread faster than a Kardashian rumor. Tweets rolled in. "Sweet baby Jesus, I'm lusting after someone's grandpappy." This man is the epitome of tall, dark, and handsome. And my personal favorite, Ghostbusters taught us to fear slime, but I would happily risk it all for Ernie Hudson. And here's the thing, they weren't exaggerating. He looked incredible. Not good for his age, good, period. The kind of good that makes you check your reflection in a store window and say, "Man, I need to get it together." But here's the twist. That moment wasn't about flattering lighting or a Hollywood filter pack. It wasn't about a $10,000 face cream infused with dragon tears, and it wasn't just genetics either. The truth? Ernie's health journey didn't even start in the gym. It started in a doctor's office. Twice. Because before those viral thirst tweets, before the tight black t-shirt became a trending topic, Ernie Hudson was hearing the word nobody ever wants to hear: cancer. Twice. Prostate cancer in 1998, rectal cancer in 2011. 2 diagnoses, 2 battles, 2 victories. And from those battles, one unshakable belief. Health is not a passive gift. It's an active choice. So how did he go from beating cancer to becoming the internet's new silver fox crush? Let's break it down. Because what Ernie does in his late 70s isn't impossible. It's a blueprint. A set of choices so consistent, so doable, you could start today. And once you hear the part about his wife refusing to let him travel alone anymore, you'll see aging in a whole new way. Let's rewind to that viral red carpet moment because it almost didn't happen. Ernie was about to walk out in a sharp jacket when he noticed a smudge. So he shrugged it off, literally. He took the jacket off. That tiny decision exposed his still broad shoulders, his lean arms, and the posture of a man who has clearly been walking taller than most since the 80s. The world saw it as a lucky accident. But really? It was decades of habits stacked on top of each other. Years of saying yes to prevention, yes to workouts, yes to clean food, and yes to maintenance. That jacket wasn't hiding anything. It was just waiting to be removed so everyone else could see the proof. Now, let's talk exercise, because if you're imagining Ernie at 78 trying to get a Marvel superhero six-pack, think again. He's not chasing vanity muscles, he's chasing vitality, he's chasing mobility, he's chasing the ability to move with ease when life throws surprises at him. His weekly rhythm is locked in. Mondays, balance and coordination. Because one fall at 78 can change everything, and he's not about to let gravity win without a fight. Wednesdays, Pilates. Yes, Pilates. If you think Pilates is just stretching in expensive socks, try it and then cry when your core burns for 3 days. Fridays, strength training. Not "I can't sit on the toilet after leg day" strength training. Sustainable strength. The kind that makes everyday life easier, not miserable. And then there are the push-ups. Not 10, not 20. 100 to 150 push-ups in sets of 3, in his 70s. Meanwhile, some guys in their 30s are collapsing after 15 and calling it cardio. Here's where it gets relatable. Ernie admitted he didn't notice big changes in his 50s or 60s. Then came his 70s. And with them, a new character in the story, Mr. Jiggles. That stubborn belly fat that sneaks in like an uninvited house guest and refuses to leave. Ernie didn't whine about it. He doubled down. More gym sessions, 10,000 steps a day, heart rate above 110. And get this, while filming, he literally walks laps around the set between takes. At airports, instead of hitting the first-class lounge for free mini cheesecakes, he strolls the terminal. Somewhere in an airport catering kitchen, a tray of cheesecakes quietly sobs because Ernie Hudson rejected them. And this isn't a lonely grind. His wife, Linda, and their dog often join him on walks. Health in the Hudson household is teamwork. It's not just him against time. It's a family affair. Of course, you can't exercise your way out of bad habits. Which brings us to prevention. Ernie's secret weapon isn't just push-ups or Pilates, it's checkups. He gets them yearly, without fail. Twice now, those routine screenings caught cancer early enough to fight back and win. Think about it. The least sexy appointment in the world, the annual checkup, saved his life twice. While most guys treat the doctor's office like it's Voldemort and must never be named, Ernie's proof that the boring stuff is the most powerful. He even advocates for younger generations to get proactive, supporting things like the HPV vaccine to prevent future cancers. Because looking good in your 70s starts with surviving your 50s. Now let's tackle the thing most men ignore until it's way too late: skincare. Ernie's not out here raw-dogging the sun like a cowboy from the Wild West. He's a sunscreen guy. He's a moisturizer guy. He even uses vitamin C serum. He noticed men of color can develop under-eye darkness, so he addresses it head-on. That's not vanity. That's maintenance. And maintenance is a lot easier than repair. Put it this way. Your car gets oil changes, right? You don't wait until smoke pours out of the hood before thinking, maybe maintenance is important. Ernie treats his skin the same way. Meanwhile, half of us are still bragging, I just splash water on my face and go, as if neglect is a personality trait. Now let's rate his fridge. Spoiler, you won't find a wall of soda cans or neon snack packs. His breakfast? Oatmeal. Simple. Fiber-packed. Great for digestion. Not glamorous, but the kind of fuel that keeps you steady. For protein, it's hard-boiled eggs and smoked salmon. That combo is like brain food and muscle fuel in one, loaded with omega-3s, vitamin D, and choline. For veggies, it's sautéed spinach and homemade vegetable soup, made by Linda, of course, and not the sad microwave in a styrofoam cup soup. We're talking a rainbow of nutrients in a pot that deserves its own Michelin star. Snacks, pecans, walnuts, and string cheese. But here's the kicker. He eats string cheese so slowly it takes 30 minutes to finish one. Who does that? That's not a snack. That's a meditation practice. That's string cheese zen. If patience was an Olympic sport, Ernie would be wearing gold. And yes, sometimes a cracker sneaks in. He's human, but it's rare. His secret sauce is intermittent fasting. He eats between noon and 7 p.m., naturally. Keeps his metabolism humming, his digestion smooth, and his energy high. Meanwhile, the rest of us are convincing ourselves that leftover cold pizza counts as breakfast innovation. And hydration? Water. Bottles of it. Every day. He doesn't need a fancy sports drink with neon colors. Just water. Simple, effective, underrated. Now, let's talk about his supplement shelf. His wife calls it overkill. I call it CVS in a kitchen cabinet. Vitamin C, B12, apple cider vinegar, CoQ10, immune support formulas, fiber gummies, fish oil, hibiscus extract, multivitamins for men over 50, and even hair, skin, and nails formulas. At this point, his daily pill box looks like he's prepping for a cross-country trip with NASA. Is it all necessary? Maybe not. But after 2 cancer battles, Ernie isn't interested in playing supplement roulette. He calls it insurance. And honestly, if your skin glowed like that and people were thirst tweeting about you at 78, you'd probably keep swallowing those gummies too. But here's my favorite part of this whole story. His marriage. See, Ernie used to travel alone for work. No problem. But lately, with all the extra attention he's been getting, Linda travels with him. Not because she doesn't trust him, because she's not about to let her 78-year-old husband get mobbed by fans like he's Harry Styles. She knows what the internet knows. This man is a walking thirst trap. And honestly, can you blame her? If your husband was doing 150 push-ups in his late 70s and looking like that in a t-shirt, you'd be guarding him like he was the last piece of cheesecake at the buffet. So what's the takeaway? Ernie Hudson's story isn't about defying age. It's about redefining it. It's proof that aging well isn't about chasing perfection. It's about stacking tiny choices. Walking the terminal, eating slowly, doing push-ups, getting checkups, slathering on sunscreen, until those choices add up to something remarkable. He beat cancer twice. He faced down Mr. Jiggles. He turned string cheese into a meditation exercise. And now strangers are tweeting about how they'd risk it all for a man they once knew as the Ghostbuster with the proton pack. So the real question isn't whether aging is downhill after 50. The real question is, what small change are you going to make today? Drink more water, schedule that checkup, walk a few extra laps around your house, or maybe just eat your next snack slower in honor of Ernie's 30-minute cheese stick challenge. Because if Ernie Hudson can make 78 look like the new 50 with push-ups, patience, and a little sunscreen, then maybe it's time to stop fearing aging and start laughing our way through it.